Good. Listen, I've been thinking. I think we need to be really prepared for an alien invasion. We need like alien go bags. I also think that we need to manscape everywhere. Because think about it. If you get abducted,
right,
they're gonna probe you. I think they go a little more gentler if you're,
ready for that. I'm gonna have to start now because it's gonna take me 3 weeks to get there.
You go get started. I'll start the show. Welcome to another episode of Mostly True Alien Stories.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about the dangers of unknown objects.
In Mexico pulling back the curtain. We need to save ourselves.
I gotta tell you, I've been blown away this whole week.
Yeah?
By stuff that I've been reading. Yeah, it's crazy. That's a crazy mug. Is that a little alien head mug?
Yes, my alien mug. You like that?
I love that.
Look at this guy.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. It was a Christmas.
It's almost as good as my T-shirt.
Wow, you and I were thinking of
the same thing.
Merch today.
So that's the little alien from Quisp. It's like it's corn puff cereal.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite cereals. I absolutely love it.
Well, you want to get right into it? What do we got? You got any news and alien news and entertainment for me this morning?
Okay, so one article that I dug up from 2010. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this. Elvis Presley was Presley.
Well, there's one.
Here's the article that I found about Elvis. This was based from an article in London. It came out on August 17th, 2010.
It came out in 2010. So this was long after he was dead and gone. This is a story someone's telling us. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So author Michael C. Luckman wrote a book called Alien Rock, The Rock and Roll Extraterrestrial Connection, about musicians who had contact with otherworldly beings.
Love this. Okay. Because I think most musicians are aliens.
Oh, they are aliens. Mm-hmm. Okay. He believes that Presley was visited by aliens when he was a child.
Wait a minute. This Luckman guy believes that Elvis was visited by aliens when he was a child.
Elvis said that he was. Elvis said that he had alien experiences. When he was born, it says, according to reports, the Jailhouse Rock hitmaker is said to have seen several UFOs during his life, with his interest sparked by an unusual sighting made by his father, Vernon, on the day he was born, January 8th, 1935. His father told us he had gone out to have a cigarette, 2 a.m., during the delivery, and when he looked up in the skies above their little shack, he saw the strangest blue light. He knew right away that there was something special that was happening.
Wait, this is Elvis's dad said this?
Dad. Yeah, Elvis's dad said this. Now, here's another article that I found. This is an entertainment news. This was October 27th, 2023. And it says, Elvis Presley was connected to aliens from the day he was born, with his family reporting seeing strange blue lights above their home while Elvis's mother was giving birth to him. He also told his friend and advisor, Larry Geller.
Elvis was born in a house?
Yeah, that's what they said. Well, he was like poor and nothing before he...
Yeah, but he could still go to a hospital.
I don't know.
Well, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. Let me find out about these blue lights over Elvis's house.
Okay, so he also told his friend and advisor, Larry Geller, that when he was a child, he was visited by two telepathic beings who showed him a glimpse into his future. They showed him a man wearing a white suit and singing to people. Larry said Elvis didn't realize what that meant at the time, but he became aware of it because it was a vision in his childhood.
Sort of depicted that in the movie that they did with Tom Hanks playing his...
the Colonel? Yeah.
The Colonel. And in that movie, they sort of indicated that, not about beings, but a vision that he had when he was at the Black Reformed Church when he was a child, when he snuck
that he was going to be famous.
That there was that person who was the preacher.
I guess they thought that if they showed aliens, it would have
turned everybody off.
Yeah.
They're trying to make as much money off of Elvis as they can. I mean, here we are in 2023, and someone's telling this story.
Like, who's making the money off him now? Grandkids?
Whoever reports it. When they write an article, it's to draw eyeballs right to whatever they're doing.
Right.
So let's write a story about the Elvis alien thing. Although it's very interesting, and I
mean, think about it. I mean, we've talked about Fran Drescher, Goldie Hawn, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, there's
Post Malone.
Oh,
I mean,
wait till we start getting guests on our show.
Yeah,
celebrity guests.
I know,
to tell these
dude. I
stories.
came across a guy that I think we need to get on the show.
Who's that?
Dr. Stephen Greer. You heard about this guy?
Yeah, Stephen Greer. He was just on. He's been milking this thing that he's about to. At 8:00 on Saturday night, he was supposed to tell us about this. Show us a video of the egg-shaped alien mothership that's here.
Yeah, I know. He's been saying that a big announcement's coming in January. Big announcements coming at the end of January.
It's supposed to be January. It's supposed to be just Saturday, last night.
Yeah, no, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm aware of. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. But Greer's has been an advocate of he's
well, he's
things.
huge, dude. He said that he said I've watched several interviews with him. It's pretty interesting. He said that he's been doing this for over 30 years. He was a trauma surgeon before that, but he was on Superfly, Dana Carvey and David Spade's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They had him on for a second time, and him talking about how aliens are here on Earth, mm-hmm. and that we're working with them, mm-hmm. and that there's a bad group that's taken their technology and trying to use it against us, mm-hmm. and that there's UFOs and then there are UAPs. That's why the new name is out. Mm-hmm. So the UFOs are all have been extraterrestrial, and the UAPs are man-made UFOs. So like the drones over New Jersey would be UAPs, and that the aliens aren't here to hurt us. This guy has a big influence. I mean, he was in Congress in November talking to them, but so was Jeremy Korbel. To give you a little history of this guy, he is a contemporary artist, filmmaker, and ufologist. He's based in Los Angeles, California.
By the way, anybody could become a ufologist.
I think I'm going to do it.
I'm a 3rd degree ufologist.
Whoa.
Yeah, 3rd level.
Do you have to believe in UFOs to be a ufologist?
No, I think it's
no.
better
You just have
that
to
you
study
don't.
it, right? Yeah, it's better that you don't.
You could just say you're a ufologist.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to announce today that myself and Neal are becoming official ufologists.
No, we are ufologists.
Now we are. I just said it.
Yeah, or officially. You're right.
Officially.
Right now.
We didn't announce it. We didn't announce it before till just now. We are ufologists.
As of 8:14 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. This guy, Jeremy Korbel, is doing a documentary on TMZ, is producing it. The Truth Behind Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. He just recently shared his insights on this intriguing subject during an appearance on TMZ Live. In the discussion, Jeremy highlighted the ongoing second season of TMZ Presents UFO Revolution and his fearless pursuit of answers regarding UAPs, despite the mounting risks involved. He emphasizes the importance of bringing transparency to the public surrounding these phenomena. So I find it fascinating that all these guys, right? So even that was one thing that Dr. Stephen Greer said. He said he's had threats on his life. They've tried to kill him. Come on, man. If they were going to kill you, they would have killed you. Why are they letting you talk about this and nobody else?
Why is everybody so upset about this stuff? If your life is threatened and you're going to be killed, then, let's go do a series that TMZ's producing.
Yeah, how are you becoming so public about it? And if people are really trying to kill you, wouldn't they have done it all right? Because this guy Greer said that he's had people on his team that have been murdered.
I'll call it as I see it sometimes. There's people in it to truly just spread conspiracies and make money off it.
I'm fascinated by it.
You're fascinated by it, but you don't believe in it.
No, I don't believe in it. Unless an alien came down and said, "Hi, I'm Fred from outer space."
It would be really crazy. It would be great. Like you and I are doing this podcast for like 3 or 4 years. Finally, you tell me that you're an alien.
I do a big reveal.
Yeah. Oh my God. Damn it.
Why did you do that? He sucks.
Yeah. What else you got?
All this time. Okay. Well, a few weeks ago, we had talked about, a few episodes ago, we talked about Steven Spielberg and his new movie. And dude, it's filming in New Jersey.
I know.
It's going to start in March, but it's definitely a UFO movie. So you should go and audition because they're looking for extras to be train passengers.
I could be a train passenger. So it's going to happen on a train.
Well, whatever scenes they're filming in New Jersey. I thought it's fascinating that they're filming in New Jersey too.
Well, this is the mecca of aliens. This is
No,
this
you
is
know
where
what?
the
You guys
mothership.
aren't. You're not.
No, we're fast becoming it. If we're not, we are going to be number one alien state.
Massachusetts, just so that you know, Massachusetts has the most alien sightings ever, UFO sightings in all of the United States.
Okay, well, I mean,
So
that's fine. Sightings. This is where the aliens are. They like to visit Massachusetts. All right, what else?
I'll have some more stuff with Congress, I hope, next week.
All right, so let's move on to our mostly true alien story. As always, I tell you a reported UFO sighting or abduction from the past history, and you and I will weigh in on whether we think it's a mostly true alien story or not. And Andrew, today, our story is something I think you can relate to. It's called Mel's Hole.
Oh, yeah. I know Mel.
You know Mel.
I dated a girl named Mel in college. No, I didn't.
It's not about this is not about your friend Mel's hole.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
This is something a little different.
Good. Okay.
This is the Bottomless mystery. All right. And it all began with a phone call. On a chilly February night in 1997, Art Bell, who's the host of a popular late night radio show, Coast to Coast AM. Keep in mind, it's a late night show, right?
Right. So it's like those two. Hi. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 a.m. and I'm your jazz host. Yeah, that. I got you.
If you're having trouble sleeping, we're your radio for you. He received an unusual call from a man who identified himself as Mel Waters. Okay. Now, what Mel had to share was a story that was very bizarre. It was so outlandish and bizarre that it would captivate millions, in fact, and go on to become one of the most enduring legends of the paranormal world.
Oh.
Yeah, according to this story. Mel claimed that he owned a piece of property in rural Ellensburg, Washington, where he had discovered something extraordinary, a mysterious hole on his land that seemed to defy explanation. According to Mel, the hole wasn't just deep, it was bottomless.
Okay.
So, all right, so we're talking about a bottomless hole he found on his property. Mel described the hole as being perfectly circular, about 9 feet in diameter, with stone walls lining its upper portion. And beyond that, it descended into impenetrable darkness with no visible end. And he explained that the hole had been on the property for as long as anyone could remember. Local residents had long used it as a dumping ground. They tossed everything in it. I mean, these are great. These are really great friends.
Wow.
Neighbors.
Hey, we're just going to throw this refrigerator in there. Yeah. It's okay. No one will know.
Yeah. Just dumping garbage into Mel's hole. I guess they probably did it when he wasn't home or he was out. Like they probably
I would hope so. Yeah, They'd be like, "Hey, just got a load of garbage."
Right. Yeah. I mean, they were dumping everything: garbage, old appliances, dead livestock, even furniture in there.
What?
Yeah. But no matter how much they threw in, that hole had never filled up. So I guess they were at some point they were just like, "Hey, we'll just sneak over here and throw stuff in there," and then eventually became a game for them. They were like, "Let's see if we could throw so much shit in here and we fill the hole up." And they just kept going. All right. And that's when they realized we just can't fill this fucking hole up.
Right. The hole's just too deep.
I've thrown all of my shit. My house is empty now.
I dropped my house in there.
All right. So curiosity got the better of Mel. He determined to figure out how deep the hole really was. And he came up with a really great idea. He tied a fishing line to a heavy weight and began lowering it into the hole. He fed out more and more line, thousands of feet of it, but the weight never hit the bottom or any of the trash that was thrown in there. He, according to Mel, he dropped over 80,000 feet of line.
Dang.
That's more than 15 miles.
Where did he get all this line? That's a lot.
Well, he just kept buying it, I guess, tying it in knots.
They're like, "Hey, Mel, you got some? Yeah, I need a couple more spools. All right, see you later. Let me know." How many cases of line did this guy buy?
How many feet is one spool of line?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
80,000. What, 100 feet? Maybe 100 feet of line on a spool?
Is that more line than Robert Shaw's character Quint used in Jaws to get the shark?
Let's just say it's 50 feet of line.
Right.
I can't see it being, let me see this. 80,000 divided by 50. Well, that's 1,600 spools. that you
How
have to
did he
buy.
get? What did he's like? Let me tie it again.
Yeah, get to the
Tie
bottom,
another
gets to
one.
the end, you got tied in a knot, get to the next one. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Anyway, he just realized after dropping over, let's just say 2,000 spools, and I don't know, spending, that's probably about $6,000 in line.
No, because you know what? I'm looking it up right now. Fishing line in 1997 was really inexpensive.
How much?
It was like $1 a spool.
So we spent $1,600.
Yeah, he spent $1,600 of his heart. You know why? Because he was charging people to dump garbage into that hole.
It had to have been at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's throw in this couch.
I'll tell you what. I'll throw in the couch and the heater, the water heater. That's it. Give me the money.
It's $50.
It's $50 for that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. So this was no ordinary hole. We're learning. So Mel's hole, he says, wasn't just deep. It also seemed to have bizarre, almost supernatural qualities. Local animals, Mel claimed, refused to go near it. Birds avoided flying over it, and his dogs would cower and whine whenever they were brought near the hole. Yeah, exactly. They sounded like that. Even more disturbing were the stories from neighbors that were throwing trash in his hole.
Hey, can you go down and get that? I made a mistake. There was a cushion on that was made by my mama's grandma. We accidentally threw that in. Can you go down there and get it?
All right. One man claimed to have thrown a dead hunting dog into the hole, only for the dog to reappear alive weeks later, collar and all, wandering near the property.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Then there were the reports of strange metallic sounds emanating from the depths of the hole, like the clanging of machinery or the hum of some unearthly energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, this is why the other animals, Mel's animals, were cowering, going near the hole. They saw the neighbor throwing his dogs in there.
They're like, he's going to do that to us. No.
Ain't no fucking way I'm going near Mel's hole.
No, Mel's hole's a trap. Stay away.
Don't throw me in there. Maybe the dogs were like, hey, let's fuck with the neighbor. Let's put the same collar on.
You know what? The dogs could go in the hole and come out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a passage for dogs only.
Dogs only hole. All right. As Mel's story gained attention, he claimed that his land became the focus of government interest now. Now the government was moving in.
Uh-oh.
According to Mel, the officials from an unnamed agency approached him. An unnamed agency. They approached him and demanded access to his hole.
How do they introduce themselves as that? Hello, Mel. We are from an unnamed U.S. agency.
Up against the wall.
Is that your official name, Unnamed? Mm-hmm. Maybe that's their official name.
Mm-hmm. We're the unnamed agency. Government agency.
We are the unnamed agency. Well,
they won't give us a name. They won't give us a name, okay? But that's not important right now. What's important is your hole.
We can't agree on a name. That's what it is. We voted.
It's none of your business. All right? We're working it out.
We were going to call ourselves Bacon, but nobody liked it.
All right. We digress. Now let's talk about your hole. Okay. So the unnamed agency approached him, and they demanded access to the hole. I mean, why ask him? I mean, the neighbors weren't asking to throw trash in there, right? Just fucking go. Right.
It's like, we've got a couple nuclear weapons we want to drop in that hole that we're not using.
Yeah. Mel alleged that they seized his property, they placed it under military control, and they paid him a substantial sum of money to leave the area. All right. So Mel stated that he relocated to your favorite part of the world, Australia, but continued to share his story with Art Bell's listeners on the late night AM radio talk show.
Oh, wow. So he was still talking about it, but then they tell him not to talk about it?
Apparently he was a regular coming back onto the radio show to talk about his hole.
My hole's big.
It's bleeding.
And now the government has come and they have just totally screwed me. Now my hole is bleeding.
It's gotten bigger.
It's bigger. More people, tanks, trucks, you name it. It's been up in my hole.
Now, this part of the story apparently raised eyebrows. Why would the government seize a piece of land in the middle of nowhere unless there was something extraordinary to hide? Or was this just part of the legend Mel was spinning? So that was, this is the conversation, right?
Right.
So Over the years, Mel continued to call into Coast to Coast AM, adding new layers to the tale. In later calls, Mel claimed the hole had connections to the paranormal and extraterrestrial phenomena. He alleged that the hole might be a portal to another dimension or even a gateway to hell.
To the multiverse.
Mm-hmm. He also mentioned that Native American tribes in the area regarded the hole as sacred and avoided it.
But apparently not sacred enough to not throw trash in it.
Yeah, right. So one of the most outlandish additions came when Mel claimed to have found a second hole in Nevada.
What?
Yeah. This one was lined with metal. It emitted heat and had even stranger properties.
The first hole didn't emit heat.
No, that was just endless, bottomless, and
Okay.
dogs came
Because,
out.
you know, if he was using fishing line, according to scientists and the Earth's core, that fishing line would have melted.
More than likely.
The deeper that it went, more than likely. Unless it is really a portal to the extra.
Well, Mel's
dimensions.
hole, yeah, he never said that it had heat.
Right. Okay. So the second hole, he said.
But I think if it was a bottomless, it would definitely emit heat. That would
have to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Unless it's a portal.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, think about it. You're the guy at the bottom of the portal, right? On the other side of the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, they just dropped 2 more refrigerators. Billy, Kevin, come on over here and help me move these refrigerators. Be careful. There might be something else dropping on us.
Somebody keeps throwing shit down here.
This is a terrible job. We're promoting you. You are now the keeper of the portal. That's fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
Wear this helmet. Wear this helmet.
My job sucks. They interview that guy. My job sucks. People just keep throwing trash and dead dogs. And I finally threw the dog back up. It wasn't dead.
Here's your first order of business. I need you to take this sign that says, "Don't dump trash in this hole," and put it up there. Go on up. Put it up there. Or here's a better idea. Let's cover the hole.
Yeah. Let's just put a tarp over it.
Mm-hmm. Why is it open? Anyway, this hole in Nevada apparently was lined with metal, emitted heat, and had even stranger properties. You reported that ice lowered into the hole did not melt, and that a goat lowered into the hole had returned dead. Yet something extraordinary had happened to its body.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You're leaving me hanging here.
The extraordinary happened to its body. Something extraordinary.
They shaved it.
Yeah. I don't know.
They manscaped it.
Yeah. His body turned into a refrigerator.
We put a goat in and I got a toaster. This is pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, skeptics argue that Mel's hole could simply be a natural sinkhole or a mine shaft. The bottomlessness could be an exaggeration, or perhaps the fishing line encountered resistance that Mel mistook for infinite depth.
So it actually hit bottom, and he just kept thinking he was lowering it, so there's just a big spool.
Yeah, it's just a giant spool down there. There's a lot of inconsistencies, apparently, in his story. For one, there are no records of a man named Mel Waters owning the property in Ellensburg, Washington. Further, no one has ever independently verified the location of the hole. For believers, the government's alleged seizure of Mel's land suggests there's more to the story. So, for those believers, some speculate that the hole could be part of a secret military project or houses advanced technology, perhaps even connected to alien activity. And the most extraordinary theory is that the hole is not natural at all, but a man-made or alien-made construct. So it's seemingly infinite depth, and strange properties have led some to suggest it's a portal to another world or dimension.
So what we could say is that the hole in Washington, right, was their first attempt. Their second attempt was in Nevada, where they put metal. They made it look nicer.
They brought in new builders or new architects.
They're like, all right, you guys, you did the first hole. Terrible. Mm-hmm. Terrible. You're fired. Mm-hmm. We've got Williams Construction. Non-human Williams Construction is going to take over and do the second hole for us.
Yeah. Here's an interesting note. There have been claims. I was looking for other people who may have seen Mel's hole, like actual names of people.
Right.
There's one notable individual is Gerald Osborne. He was also known as Red Elk, a self-described intertribal medicine man. In 2012, Red Elk told reporters that he had visited the hole many times since 1961 and asserted that the U.S. government maintained a top secret base there where alien activity occurs. But there's been no verifiable evidence presented to confirm the existence of Mel's hole. So this is Red Elk, this guy telling us, and he does exist. There is also no public records of anybody named Mel Waters residing in or owning property in Catitas County, Washington. Expeditions led by individuals, including Red Elk himself in 2002, they were unable to locate the hole.
But this guy said that their hole was there because he had seen it. But when he went back to find it, it was gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I also looked into other reports of weird sort of behavior, alien sort of ideas in the area. And there have been high frequency of sightings in that area. So Washington State consistently ranks among the top states in the U.S. for UFO sighting.
That was Close Encounters, right? Yeah. Or was that Oregon? It was Washington, right? Yeah.
I think it was Washington. The state reported a significant number of sightings, contributing to its reputation as a UFO hotspot. Newfork, the National UFO Reporting Center, which was founded in 1974, was originally based in Seattle, Washington. Before relocating to Eastern Washington, they've contributed to a substantial number of reports. And then Washington State is home to some of the most famous UFO incidents, such as the 1947 Maury Island incident, which involved the sighting of unidentified flying objects and is often linked to the origin of the Men in Black lore.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we know we're both Men in Black fans.
Yes, absolutely. So, I will hand it to you now and let you weigh in on whether you think this is a mostly true alien story or not.
I found also, doing a little bit of research here on Mel's hole, that they had taken radios to the hole. Mm-hmm. And actually turned on radios, and there was a lot of static frequency. And then they picked up what they're saying is old music, like music from the 50s being played, and a radio broadcast from the 50s.
I love that.
And then the other thing is they said that they picked up a baseball game from 1967, although they don't say what team it was, but they said apparently they heard that the year was 1967 and it was, the Brooklyn Dodgers playing whoever, it was like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Okay. Who did that? Do we know?
No. It's just, these are all like stories. The other thing too, the guy with the dog.
No, who threw the dead dog in the pit?
Who threw the dead dog in said that the dog that came out, he's almost positive that it was his dog, but the dog never really came to him. It would avoid him and run away from him. Of course it would. He threw him in the fucking hole.
You gotta do it again.
Come on.
Let me see what happens if I throw you in alive. By the way, that is wrong to do, mister.
Right.
Give that dog a proper burial next time. And no one should harm a pet ever.
No, even if they're dead. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this. This is interesting.
Okay.
There's several of these holes apparently on Earth. I think over in the Middle East somewhere, there's the gate, what they call the gate to hell, which is like this huge cave that spews out like hot gas and fire and stuff. And they're claiming that that's the gate to hell. It could be just a big hole.
You're leaning towards it. Wow.
Stuff like this is weird because the only thing that bugs me is that, this is the other thing too. Mel could never produce a picture of the hole. And he said he took pictures, but cameras didn't work there.
But radios worked.
But the radio was like, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the raceway. And, it's like, come on. No, I'm going to say.
I like where you're headed here.
It's just a hole. It's just a hole.
You don't think this is mostly true?
No, I don't. I mean, it's. Yeah, there probably was a hole. I think there was a hole, and what happened was it finally filled up. And people got pissed.
Or covered up. Or hidden.
Right.
I mean, if it's a portal, they can close it as easily
as they opened it. Right. They could close it as easy as they opened it. But but no existence of this guy. Like he never existed. Maybe he came from the hole. They could have taken all records of Mel and threw them in the hole.
So you're saying it's not a mostly true alien story?
No, I'm leaning to no. Okay. No.
I mean,
if this was the counter, right?
It doesn't have to be yes or no. You could just say that there's not enough information for you yet.
Yeah, you know what? I need more information. That's a good one. I need more information for me to believe that Mel's hole is a portal to another dimension or alien created.
So you're saying this is sort of a mostly true alien story, but you're not completely convinced yet.
I am not convinced at all. I'm saying I'm leaving my mind open to it.
All right, so let me weigh in now. Let me tell you whether I think this is a mostly true alien story or not. But let me talk about a couple of little things first regarding this. My theory on this is, at the time of this coming out, I believe was the 90s?
Yeah, 97. What was happening in 97?
Well, the 90s was really the sort of UFO craze time. That was really when there was a lot of claims of alien abductions and government cover-ups and secret technologies were at their peak. This is when this shit was really picking up.
Well, the internet was starting in, 93, 94, 96?
Yeah.
Same year as Pokemon. That's weird.
It is weird. Aliens. And then this late night radio talk show, there was such competition to have ratings that I wouldn't
2 a.m.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past a radio program to create this character and create this story.
Oh.
And have this guy on several times just to keep the ratings going.
Okay.
There were a lot of inconsistencies in his Mel's story as we went on. His story would change. So the whole Nevada, finding the hole in Nevada now, but you lived in Australia and,
Actually, no, wait. He, that was one of the things I forgot to mention I read. He was contacted by a tribe in Nevada. That's how he learned about the hole. They asked him to come, which makes it, because they heard about his hole in Washington, they're like, you have had familiar experiences with holes. Please come help us. It's like, come on.
Right.
So so the tribe in Nevada contacted Mel, but how did they know how to get in contact with him? Through Art Bell, I bet, through the radio station.
Yeah. I mean, he did limited public appearances. He only appeared on Coast to Coast AM.
But he only did radio, right?
Only did radio. They never saw him. There's no pictures of him. No one could confirm that he existed. So I think that as cool as the story, and the story was also influenced, I think there was the Green River Gorge near Seattle. That was known for the deep pools and cave systems. There's the Devil's Hole in Nevada that we talked about. And then Mount St. Helens folklore. That's, the eruption in 1980. The legends emerged of mysterious government activity and unusual sightings tied to UFO. Not that this has anything to do with Mel, but Mel doesn't exist as far as we know.
Right.
It's only so I'm going back to my theory that the radio station for ratings created this character. They had him call in, and he only called in there. And I think that they just grew the legend of this story themselves, which was great. Good for them. Good job. So I'm going to say that this is not a mostly true alien story.
I agree with you on that. I want more. I need proof.
Yeah.
I need proof because it's just not. I mean, you're right. I mean, anybody could have called in to Art Bell, or he might have done the voice himself.
How would he have done that?
Hey, listeners, you're listening to the Sleepy Jazz Hour. But I've got a caller here. Caller, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. What's your name? My name's Mel Waters. And what are you calling about, Mel? I'm calling about my hole. Well, that sounds really fascinating. Can you tell us more about your hole? Well, my hole's 9 feet wide and people throw garbage in it. Well, that sounds like a very interesting hole. We'd like to get to know more about this hole. We'll be right back after we have our sponsor, Kaopectate.
You like my theory.
Yeah, I'm going with, your theory is right.
So anyway, that's the story. And I think Mel's Hole is interesting and fascinating, but it's not a true story in my book. And I think I've convinced you to agree.
It's not even mostly true.
It's not even mostly true. So there you go. That's our episode of Mostly True Alien Stories for this week. Andrew, great job.
Hey, thanks, Neal. Great job to you.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. I hope all of our listeners have a wonderful day.
That's right. And if aliens are listening to this, we hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, because we don't want you to annihilate us.
That's right. Get Manscaped, everyone. Quick. Do it.
UFO sightings. Many Americans have wondered about the dangers of unknown objects.